Welcome to our product vlog. This is new to Next Trekking Adventure. I'm just doing a quick vlog on how we tried to get better cell service.
And action. Okay, so today I'm really excited because what we got is I joined the Family Motor Coach Association, FMCA, and we're new to RVing. Um, we've had it for a year, but we've really just started our full-time travels. Um, in January, and some of this time we spent in Puerto Rico for about 2.5 months. So we've come back. We have StarLink, and StarLink, if it works great, if there's enough space in the network when you get to whatever park you're going to, uh, uh, Starlink will work great. And if you don't have trees, well, the problem in this park is there's trees. So the service can go in and out. Well, how we're able to do this lifestyle is I'm retired and this is my hobby. But Terry still works full time, and so she needs connectivity. And this may be old news to a lot of full-time travelers, but it was new news to me that we'd be having such a difficult time getting cell service, even when we're not that far. We're in the Connor, Washington. There's a nice-sized town 5 minutes away. Well, it's a small town, but 5 minutes away, and a bigger town about 12 minutes, and even a bigger town 20 minutes. So we're surrounded, but we have only one bar, which makes it difficult to work. So, and we actually had to leave Chehalis Thousand Trails because we couldn't get StarLink or cell service with AT&T. Now, the people that had Verizon, they had full bars. Well, which brings me to cell service and carriers. So our thinking is have multiple carriers. AT&T in Oregon was pretty good. We typically got pretty good cell service. So main reasons for us to join was it's a great association. We didn't know about it. I've done some other research. Today I'm just going to talk about this benefit. Maybe in another video I'll talk about other benefits. But they had a benefit called Tech Connect. And what Tech Connect is, it's a mobile hotspot through T-Mobile. It's $49.99 a month. And many of you are familiar with hotspots. So we got the mobile hotspot for $49.99 a month from T-Mobile. What that does is it gives us two carriers. So now we have T-Mobile and AT&T, and hopefully between the two of them, we'll do okay. And StarLink. So basically three options there. Well, with AT&T and T-Mobile hotspot, and I'll talk a little bit about what you get for that $49.99. That's all good and fine, but we only have one bar here. Well, I haven't hooked up the T-Mobile yet, that hotspot. So the next thing, part of the benefits through FMCA is different companies and alliances that they have made, and one of them is through cellbooster.us, and you get additional 10% off cell boosters. So, and they give you a promo code once you join, and so I bought a cell booster, and this is. I'll talk a little bit about this, but hopefully what this will do is grab that cell service and boost it. And so between our T-Mobile hotspot or our AT&T, we'll be able to get just enough that we'll be able to stream, or it won't impact Terry's work. The other thing they have is for a lot of RVers, and as you drive around here in LaConner or Thousand Trails, you see a lot of those Dish networks, dishes up. And if you join FMCA and you join this club, you also get $50 off on one of those dishrv.com networks. And they have a Wi-Fi Ranger, so mobile internet that you can get, and you get 10% off that. So they have some benefits of stuff that they've negotiated for their members. On to the website, and what I opted for, mainly because it was $100 off, but also because they said that it would be simplified. It's the SureCall Flare, and this unit's going for $299. The connection is pretty simple, and I really haven't opened it up and taken things out, but it comes. This is your interior antenna, and it's got some plug-ins there. So your interior antenna, and they give you a good batch of cable there. Eventually I'll probably attach a bracket to my ladder. And then the antenna, I'm assuming this is the antenna. Yeah, so this is the antenna. It comes with a mounting bracket, some U-bolts. So that'll probably go onto my ladder. And the antenna. So what I'm going to do, I won't drive around with this hooked up. When I'll do it just the same way I do my satellite dish. I don't set it up until I get out the site. This may ride on my ladder full time. We'll see. I haven't really decided. But you hook up the cable. I'm going to run the cable in through where my fresh water hose goes into, and in the storage compartment I'll mount this, and I've got plug-ins in there, and I'll plug it in, and we'll just see how well this boosts the signal. Now this is 4G, but it's LTE, so you know there's not a lot of 5G networks out there right now, and I figure by the time they beef up 5G, it'll be time for me to get a new one of these. So, but for now, 4G and LTE networks, and like right now, I turned my cell phone off of 5G because I couldn't really even get a talk on the phone. Went to LTE, and then at least I could have a conversation on the phone. It wasn't great, but I could have one. So we're going to see how this does as far as boosting that cell signal, and see if I can do more on my cell phone. So, Family Motor Coach Association, lots of benefits. One of them was joining this, and the $49.99, I think that's a good deal. I didn't have to get a cell phone with it or anything like that. And this is just going to help us with our connectivity. So, as one of my old bosses used to say, belts and suspenders. So, double up to make sure what you have works. We have StarLink, which we've found, if you can get it, it's bulletproof. The problem is, even right here, because of trees, I lose signal. It goes in and out, in and out. Well, if you're on a web call or trying to upload a video and it goes out right at that, inopportune time, you're starting all over, and that can be really frustrating, or you're having to reconnect to your meeting. So here the option might be hotspotting off the mobile hotspot, so the T-Mobile hotspot, and maybe boosting our cell coverage. So I'm going to get busy and install this stuff, and we'll just see how it turns out. One thing I forgot to mention. The other thing is some cell boosters, they're directional. So you find the nearest cell tower and you point it that way. This is omnidirectional. So it gets the cell service from whatever direction it's coming from. And that's another reason why I went with this model. So SureCall. Okay, so pretty high-tech stuff. 3 bolts. Installed the 3 bolts, put the bracket on, and then you can see where the cable goes in. So got that in, and I'll get working on the rest. All right, so here's what I've gotten so far. I put the bracket on as I showed, and they've got these U brackets, and they've got these. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to climb up on the top of the ladder, get this up there, and you can see I've already got my cord kind of strung up. Now this is something that I'm going to have to bring in and store in the cargo area every time I move, because I'm not going to leave the cord out, obviously. But I'm doing the same thing right now with the gray cord, which goes out to StarLink. So if you look inside here, I'm running the cord. And I'm going to take you inside, but I'm running the cord to here, and the coax cable goes in there, and then once I get this hooked up, I'll hook the power cord in, and I'll show you how that works. But there's a hole where the master bath sink comes down, and I was able to stick this through there. So we're gonna be able to store our booster in the master bathroom. I had plugged it in, just kind of playing around, and I'd get 3 bars if I was standing here with the cargo doors open. But as soon as I'd walk away, it'd go to the back of the trailer. I was getting 1 bar. So what I want to do is get that inside the trailer, and hopefully we'll get 2 or 3 bars. So I'm starting with 1 bar of cellular service here, and I drop a lot of calls, and everybody who I've tried to talk to, they get frustrated because I go in and out. So I'm going to climb up the ladder. I'm going to attach the U-bolts. Pretty self-explanatory, and try not to kill myself on the cable. So if you want 1,000,000 views, just fall off the ladder. So I'm kind of on an angle here, but I'm not going up too high, and I'm holding on to this. Okay, so this is just a normal cable hookup, nothing fancy. So all I'm going to do is crawl up and screw it in. So ultimately I moved it up to the roof and ran it down. Hi, Miss Terry.
Hi.
Showing everybody our new project. What do you think of your new cell service?
I love it.
Yeah, how many bars did you get?
3 sometimes, but 2 for sure.
Yeah, and so we were getting like what, 1 bar, and sometimes if you put your phone in the window you'd get 2. And so now I get 2 to 3. And we mounted it here, and I'm gonna go to Home Depot. I think there's a 90 connection that'll make it easier for me to take that on and off, so I don't have to travel with the link in there. And you know, maybe at some point I'll get brave enough to drill a hole and go right down into the office, Terry's office. But you know what, for now I'm okay with crawling up here and connecting that when we need a little bit additional cell service.
So I'm just going to show you where I stuck the cable up through that went underneath our vanity in the bathroom. And so it's sitting in there super sexy right there next to the toilet paper. I posted a little bit more detail on social media, Facebook and Instagram. Follow us there as well. Here's the end result, 3 bars
Because
from
I've been
1.
seeing a lot of the RVers showing online, and we did. We were pretty excited to get it, but I'm in a pretty good field. Okay, that's a pretty good field, and there's another dish network down there. But here's the deal: see the tops of those trees? They must play just enough defense. So I thought, well, I'll move it back. Well, when I moved it back, it was even worse. So I lose service every now and then, and Terry can't afford to lose service. You know, part of her job is that she can work remotely from anywhere, but we got to have dependable Wi-Fi. And right now, our dependable Wi-Fi is belts and suspenders, belts and suspenders. So, yay, and Miss Terry's a happy lady. Okay, so I think this ends this project, so we'll see you
On our next trekking adventure.